Good evening, Christina. Welcome to your essay correction. My name's Andrew, and I'm part of the team here at IELTSpodcast.com, along with Ben and the others. Ben tells me that you are quite skilled at writing task 2s, so I'm looking forward to reading through this with you today. I will be offering you some corrections, some suggestions, and just a bit of advice. So let's get through your first task 2 so we can move on to your double task 1s. So in the last decades, the relevance of consumer goods such as appliances, apparel and technology products or technological products has undoubtedly increased in everyday life. Good. This essay will explain both advantages and disadvantages of this phenomenon using examples from home appliances and the automotive industry. So we're not taking examples from home appliances. So we need to explain both the advantages and disadvantages of this phenomenon using examples from the automotive industry and the use of home appliances, maybe. Firstly, due to the high volume demand or the high demand, consumer goods are currently mass-produced, or consumer goods are currently mass-produced due to high demand, or produced in great volume due to high demand. This implies that the goods quality is often dramatically inferior to traditional handmade products. Additionally, companies manufacturing on a large scale are rarely environmentally friendly. So, for example, a survey conducted in 2015 by the Italian showed that more than 60% of new kitchen appliances will have technical problems in the first 3 years of their lives. This doesn't need to be in inverted commas here. Their lives, it's common to refer to their lives. It's not it's not slang. But also the inverted commas not necessary here either. But good, I was about to say, companies manufacturing on a large scale are rarely environmentally friendly. I would want some evidence for that sort of statement, but then you gave it. So anyone manufacturing home appliances on a large scale will struggle to be environmentally friendly because of the technical problems associated with their products in the first 3 years of their lives. Very clear. Therefore, the poor quality of raw materials used by mass production companies definitely impacts on the product's quality. See, the raw materials does not necessarily refer, well, it doesn't refer to the things that make up technological products or products of technology. The raw materials would in fact be things like lithium and cobalt, stuff that has come straight from the earth. I would say the poor build quality utilized by mass production companies impacts on the overall product quality. But no, that's the only suggestion really I'd have there. That's good. Conversely, even if artisanally produced items may last longer, are environmentally more sustainable and have better quality or are of better quality. So you can't use a semicolon like this because you've got even if, and then this is your and so. So even if this, that. A semicolon can only be used to separate two distinct sentences. Both sentences must be full. So this is all one sentence here. But automobiles are considered to be one of the most popular items sold over the last 60 years. For instance, according to the Italian Automobile Association, again, no inverted commas necessary, but the number of vehicles purchased by Italians in the last 10 years has more than doubled. Consequently, consumer products have become more accessible to citizens on a larger scale. And large-scale production. So yeah, there's a comma there. Consequently, consumer products have become more accessible to citizens, and large-scale production helps to satisfy the desires of a variety of consumers. To conclude, I wholeheartedly believe that there are a multitude of benefits and a few drawbacks to the expansion of consumer goods in our lives. Good. The large demand may compromise the quality of these products, but due to the lower cost of production, a wider audience has access to them. Good, good, good. On point, well developed, evenly spread. I see what Ben means. Yeah, the only thing remaining in these for you really is to just refine down, to get out any of those small errors that I just mentioned. But your task 2 writing is better than most. Well done. Here's your next one. So the chart provides information about the proportion of visitors who visited 4 different types of tourist attractions in England in 1999. The main attractions were, you don't need this colon here, so the main attractions were theme parks, wildlife parks, museums and historic houses. Good. It is clearly visible that theme parks were the most visited attraction with a 38% share. Good. 5 different amusement parks contributed to this figure, with Blackpool Pleasure Beach being the most visited location. See, now here you could use a semicolon, because this is a complete sentence, this is a complete sentence, but they are related. In this instance, a semicolon is usable. So, museums and galleries had almost the same popularity of theme parks as theme parks, comparative. So museums and galleries had the same popularity as theme parks, reaching a 37% share, while historic houses and monuments made up less than half of the percentage of visitors to fun parks or amusement parks. The least visited tourist attractions were wildlife parks and zoos that were 4 times less popular than theme parks. Overall, the most successful recreational activity in England in 1999 was visiting fun parks. I would vary that up a bit. Let's say amusement parks. So what other ones do we have? Attractions, amusement parks, theme parks, fun parks. There are many. Followed by exploring art galleries and museums, whereas... So you don't need this comma here. You don't need to bookend whereas. You say followed by exploring art galleries and museums, whereas only 9% of citizens were interested in visiting zoos and wild animal parks, or safari parks. Same thing. Now the one thing I'd say about these is it appears that you just have less confidence with them. When you have to express ideas with words alone here, you do so quite confidently, and you make very few errors, and you do so smoothly. Here, it's like you believe that because it's numbers, that you can't do it. You clearly can, but the decrease in confidence that you experience when faced with a task 1 causes you to make small errors, which is natural. It's what happens when we get nervous or anxious, which is one of the things people struggle with in the IELTS exam itself, because it's such an intense exam. You clearly know how to describe this data and this information in these tables. But most of the errors, even though I was mentioning them quite frequently, were just things like plurals and a little bit of punctuation. I mean, let's check on the word count and see. Yeah, you were just over 153. You have to do a minimum of 150. I would say you need to believe in yourself a little bit more, and I think your work will come along fine. But maybe proofread before sending. Just have a quick run through and just see if your brain stumbles across any small mistakes that you've made. But I did read through them just then. But again, let's go through your next one. So the chart provides, information about a survey that investigates or investigated what makes people content. In particular, 5 different elements are taken into consideration. The respondents were divided into people over and under 30 years of age. Cool. It is noticeable that in both age groups, having a satisfying career is the factor that most contributes. I would say, so it is noticeable that in both age groups, having a satisfying career is the factor that most contributes to happiness, with 31% of people under 30 and 32% of people over 30. So you don't need to use respectively here because you have defined specifically where they go. You would say 31% and 32% for people 30 and 31 for people under and over 30 respectively. So you list them separately. 31 and 32% for people under 30 and over 30 respectively. Hobbies make up almost a quarter of the share in both groups, or hobbies take a quarter of the share in both groups. Having a good appearance, spelling, is relevant only to younger adults, where the figure reaches 18%. The least popular element for creating happiness in people under 30 is travelling, and that represents only 15% of the overall share. Conversely, for adults over 30, having financial stability followed by spending time with their family is what we need. So although you've said conversely, so we know sort of roughly the context of what you're saying, we still need so for adults over the age of 30, having financial stability followed by spending time with family is what? This should be filled in. Overall, both age groups are mostly happy, or are most happy, when satisfied with their jobs or careers. You don't need job careers is not a collocation. Mostly happy when satisfied with their jobs or when satisfied with their careers and able to invest time in their favourite hobbies. Good summary. Once again, very minor errors. You've actually done a great job on all of these. I would have a listen through again. Correct the things that I've gone over and things like this, minor errors. Send us your corrected essays. Send us the error list as well, your personalised error list, and get your newest essays over to us as soon as possible. But thanks very, very much. Sorry for the slight delay on these, and I hope to speak to you again soon. Thanks, Christina. Bye.